Let me catch you up. The last time we were here, I was telling you all the things I was hoping to make before I left for my vacation. I'm gonna check off 3 of these pieces today. My Flounce turquoise satin dress, my purple Ruffle lace blouse, and my green knit mini skirt. Here is me accomplishing all of that. Part 1.
Okay, it's time to make my little lace top. So I made a little proto sample. I'm gonna throw her on. Here's my little sketch. She looks silly, so ignore her. But I was trying to decide if I wanted to add a sleeve or not. And mostly just like a little flutter, but here she is for now. I made her in a mesh. I was trying to find something in my stash that was like similar as far as stretch. Here's what I'm saying that I would like to fix. I sewed the ruffle on backwards. Wasn't worth it to take it off. I think that I like the length of it. I just need to figure out how to, when I got down to the V-neck part of it, I was trying to figure out how I wouldn't like sew over the other side. So I think I need to just work on that. Second thing is I think my armhole is a little big in the front. So I just need to pinch out just a little bit. And then if you look at my inspo, I almost think that this little peak right here needs to be lower. I want it to be more exaggerated. Fix my pattern and like drop it like another 1.5 inches, maybe 2, just to give it a little more angle. Because like a little more angle will give it a little bit more shape and less like all my hip. And then I also want to change the shape of my circle ruffle. Here's what she looks like now. Okay. You see it? I was looking at some videos. I'll put this on the floor so I can see it. I was looking at some videos about like different cascading ruffle shapes, doing some research. This one's like more like a semicolon. Mine's like a big circle. I just feel like there's too much fullness in the front and I want more fullness in the back. Let me figure that out.
I had to show the color of the lace up close because it's so pretty. Enjoy with me.
Okay. It's like I like this color or something. It's a new development for me. We're gonna make it work. I need my fabric. Listen, Debbie. I hope the wood is straight because I'm using it as a grain line. It kind of has more stretch in the grain on the opposite way.
For me,
Should I cut on the cross? I think I might cut on the cross grain. Okay. Hold on. Ugh, I hate cutting with scissors. Okay, this wasn't meant to be a sewing challenge or anything, but here we are. I have the neck done, and now I need to put the neck ruffle on, and I just need to make sure that I put it on the correct way this time. So, we're getting somewhere. Honestly, this color is so pretty. Okay, this is what it looks like when I pin it, so let's hope that works out. Basically, the seam's gonna be sandwiched in between here, and then I have to either press and do like some type of understitch. Let's hope. I actually just got this elastic yarn, stretch, I guess it's not stretch yarn, stretch thread. So I'm curious, maybe I can use that to understitch it. Someone fucked up my cone, look at all that. What happened, girl? You're losing it. You're getting eggy. Okay, I'm done.
Sleeves. Okay, now we're gonna skip forward to the teal satin flounce dress. I'm only holding this reveal until the end because it is an outfit. So stick around for the finale. This is where I left off the last time you saw this toile, proto sample, whatever you wanna call it.
Quite literally the shittiest zipper I've ever put in. I'm gonna fix it. I'm just gonna remove it and redo it because it's so bad. It's not even just that it's puckering, it's that you could tell that I sewed over it several times. You can completely see the tape. We're gonna redo that and do it some justice. I also am still trying to decide if it fits before I keep going. I might have to do something about that. But for now, I might have to, maybe I have to pinch more out of the dart. It needs to be picked up a little bit, but it also could just be that my straps are not on correctly yet. I also kind of want the back to be lower. Oh, there she is! I'm in the mood to finish the turquoise dress. I'm considering redoing my straps because I feel like they could be better made. And then also I ripped out the zipper because this used to be like a proto sample. I wasn't actually gonna wear this ever. I could do some better finishes on things. Okay, so update, bad news for myself. I lost the sewing instructions.
Oh.
I'm a mess, and everyone knows it. So I'm gonna wing it now and go from there. I think I can pull it off. It's gonna be fine. I just have to reattach the zipper, and then I have to figure out how to put the facing on, but also figure out the length of my straps. And then I put on the flounce. So I feel like it's pretty straightforward, but sometimes it's not. So I'm gonna redo my zipper now.
After finally finishing the zipper, and it looked nice, I needed to do a really nice hard press. I need to figure out how to finish the end of the zipper, like the tail portion of it. I just decided to hand sew up the last little bit of it. If you watched my previous video, things I was thinking about making for my vacation, I had showed you this inspo of these beaded straps, and I thought they were so cool for the summertime. And honestly, I still need to kind of workshop this because it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but you know what? It's so cute and I like it, and I put some, extra oomph into it. And you know what? I was just trying something out. I think if I would have went searching for the beads a little bit longer, I probably would have found something I really, really liked, but I don't hate her. I'm at the point of the project where I'm like, let's get this done. Honestly, I really need to make a commitment for 2026 to just slow down. By this time, I still had not found the directions, so here's a speed run. I tried her on, she was too big. I was confirmed right in the beginning. So I had to take out from the side seams about 1 inch each side, and then I also had to reduce the facing. Then once I put back on the facing, I understitched. I made it look nicer at the top because it was rolling. Satin is so hard to iron. I just usually use like a random cotton cloth that I have. Also, I've burned satin in the past, and this is a preventative trick. I can kind of turn the heat up, so here's what I do. Don't tell anybody. I turn the heat up just a little bit more than I can for polyester, but then I use the cotton to kind of help reduce that. All right, so by this time I've already redone the zipper several times, and truly the zipper really was killing me. Sometimes I can get it on the first try, and other times I swear I have to do it 7 times. There's no in between. I chuckle at how annoyed I always look while I'm sewing. It's supposed to be something relaxing. And I'm constantly just irritated and frustrated. But you know what? I'm using my brain, okay? Problem solving. And apparently problem solving makes me a little annoyed. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I found out that Netflix is going to drop a Selena documentary, and I couldn't be more excited, and I cannot wait to be watching her. She was honestly one of the first people to inspire me to love to sew and to get into fashion. So I'm super excited about that.
Okay, I'm gonna do this to get it started, but I'm gonna try a rolled hem, my rolled hem foot. Okay, I can't mess this up because I only have a small amount of thread left. So if I mess this up, I'm gonna have to do the hem in a different color. Fingers crossed. I don't know if it's working, but I'm trying. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the best, if I'm being honest, but at least these stitches look pretty good. Okay, we're doing.
Considering that this sample was never going to see the light of day, I think that she looks pretty. I will definitely probably bring her out of the closet next year. Things I dislike are my hem still looks a little wonky, and my side seams could look better, but satin is really hard to sew, and I think that I did a decent job. I am annoyed that my facing is showing though. Lessons for next time. All right, let's go to fitting. I actually really enjoy fittings at work. You know, we get to chit chat. We're working girls. And it's all we're all collectively looking at a garment and commenting on things that we think could be better about it. Okay, well, before I get started on, what am I doing? Cutting out? I want to try this on and go over any changes I would make to the fit. This was technically my final sample, but if I'm gonna cut out a new one, I have a couple more little fixes that I could make. Okay, we got her on. Okay, first things. Now, if you watched the first video, you would have known that I, at the end, realized that my back was a little too short. Because obviously, everything that has some shape to it is going to pick things up. Just like how on your top it would pick up front length, it would do the same thing with your tush back here. It's going to lift up, so I need to add just a little bit more length. I'm going to add a 1/2 inch to my back leg. Secondly, I think that my shorts, the rise is a little too long, so I'm gonna pinch out about 1 inch. I'll show you how to do that on the pattern as well. But basically when I'm walking, my shorts are just a little low, so I wanna bring those back up so they're nice and fitted underneath and not hanging loose. You don't want anything to hang loose here. See how I'm a little angled here? I also am thinking about just taking out a little bit from the width.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna shave off like a 1/2 inch on each side. Everything looks good in my hips. I don't need to take anything out.
And now we move on to a little bit of pattern making or pattern revisions.
Okay, first thing we're gonna do is draw a horizontal line across your shorts pattern. Make sure that it lines up correctly with the vertical brain line that you have. So you're gonna be like a perfect access. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut through this entire line.
Honestly, sometimes sewing feels like arts and crafts, and that's why I like it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna overlap how much I need to shorten it. And I need to do the exact same amount on the back because I'm evenly shortening the entire thing.
Ugh, this green, it gets me every time. We're actually arguing right now at work whether we like citrine or chartreuse and would it recommend it for people who want to keep their sanity. I got this fabric off of Etsy and it was honestly such a nice jersey. I love the weight of it and I just like how it doesn't feel like it's gonna, it feels like it has good recovery and it was cheap. I honestly want to get more, but don't let me. So I made like a few things this summer and this has been my most worn item and I only made it like a month ago. It's honestly really nice to know that I'm making clothes that I'm actually wearing. And as much as I want to make like fun, extravagant things, I try to prioritize things that I'm actually going to use in my closet. Editing Nicole. I actually filmed a whole tutorial on this green skort and I have been like learning how to grade and I pretty much have graded it from extra small to extra, extra large. But I'm trying to figure out how to grade plus size and I haven't quite made it to that yet. But I was wondering, would you be interested in the full tutorial / a pattern? A sewing pattern? I don't know, let me know. This is an idea that I have. But I have the full tutorial on how to sew this whole entire skirt and I'm just kind of like leaving most of it out because I don't think you care if you're watching the whole thing, right? You know? Let me know.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with basting the edges that I think will stretch while I'm serging. I've come to find that basting the seam allowances does help with the like pulling and growing while sewing. You guys, that was just like, happened so naturally. Pulling and growing while sewing. Make that a motto of mine, thank you so much. So what I like to do is I like to then baste them so that hopefully by the time I'm finished sewing the project, or when we get to certain parts of the project, we won't have this issue because some of these seams are gonna be sewn over a couple times. I feel like usually in the width is the most important, so it is a thread waster. I like to use a thread that I have a lot of because you're gonna be removing it anyway. So I just use a basic white.
We interrupt this broadcast for pro tip, show you what basting is. All right, here's my girl, Strong and Tough. I'm gonna show you in detail how to do the basting stitch in case you are unfamiliar with it. Basically, it's the length of your stitch. So we're going to, instead of doing a 2.5 stitch, which is like very compact and has more stitches per inch, which is also referred to as SPI, we're going to change it to the longest stitch that you can. The higher the number, the longer the stitch. So my machine goes up to a 5, so that will be my basting stitch. Nothing else needs to change, you're just doing a straight stitch at the longest you can. Also, don't forget to change out your needle for a ballpoint needle. Basically what you're trying to avoid is getting your fabric stuck in the machine. So preferably I feel like the basting should be over more, but honestly sometimes it's really difficult to do that. So I'm just going to do it over about a 1/2 inch. Don't stop and go at the front. You're just gonna go straight, no back stitch. And you're just gonna leave some tails, meaning leave some extra at the end. And then this way you could easily pull these threads out later once you serge the corners. Sometimes the serger can pull and stretch out the seam and then it doesn't fit. So that's why I'm doing this, in case you needed to know the why. Because I need to know the why. Oh my goodness! Crikey, we have a special creature.
Because your dad like doesn't love you. Your dad too. And she really started
The key to this step is to have something really entertaining to watch. And maybe some of this. I'm watching Project One Way. Over yonder. I hope not. Hello? Jesus, is that you? We're all just like this, as if we could see anything. Perfect, now I can talk. We're moving on to the waistband. Change of scenery as well. I can't help myself but work on vacation. Such a hard worker. Anyway, so last night I was attempting to show you this and I completely miserably failed. I broke a needle, had to rethread it, it looked really bad, but here's what we're gonna do. Waistband. This is the front waistband that we're gonna shear to match the size of this lining. But for the lining, this is where I wanna put the elastic, just to help with the recovery waistband so it doesn't continue to stretch out. I'm gonna feed the elastic in at the same time as the waistband. This piece is shaped, so I'm just trying to slowly go through. That's why I go slow, because this side looks much better when you're going slow.
From the first sample, I kind of switched up how I sewed this. I'm glad I recorded it because I honestly did not remember how I sewed it the second way. Don't know what I'm doing. I feel like that's kind of the funny part about sewing is like you can constantly find better orders to sew things. You figure out which steps you should maybe flip around so that it flows better while you're sewing. Does that make sense? It makes sense to you. I know it does. Okay, I'm done yapping about the skort. So let me know down below if you're actually interested in it and I will post the full thing. But let's move on. We made it to the double reveal. And as always, let's go over what I would fix and improve on. For this beautiful, bright fuchsia ruffle lace top, I could improve the finishing. But finishing knits is really difficult on a home sewing machine, so I usually just keep the hems raw. But for this lace, that doesn't work. For the jersey knit skort, it did work, and it looks nice. I feel like hemming it would have made it look worse. So for the lace, I could have found a trim that could have matched potentially to go around all the edges, but we'll do that on the next one. I actually just wore this outfit for Halloween, and I was Daphne Blake from Scooby-Doo. Coming up, I'm gonna show you the process on how I made this beautiful silk floral placement set. This I'm gonna do like a binding all the way around. It was so stressful, I couldn't film it, honestly, if I'm being honest. Press some more binding to go around the waist and to finish the top. Ugh, I hate making binding. Hate it!
Oh, let me get this.